Hello everybody, I am Prepper Princess, the author of Living on Almost Nothing. If you're interested in purchasing my book, I'll go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below. It is now available in paperback form. So this is going to be take 2 of the video. I already filmed and edited and uploaded and created a thumbnail and links and end elements and everything for this entire video. And I got a copyright claim because MacGyver was on in the background. And I didn't even film showing the television. It just caught the sound from the background and I got a copyright claim. So I apologize. I have to do this whole video over. So we have been going through some pretty crazy times, and especially in the UK, not necessarily here in the United States, but in the UK, energy prices have just skyrocketed. They've gone up here as well. And it's getting down to the point where you're reading all of these things that say heat or eat. People have to literally choose between heating their homes or eating because they simply don't have enough money to do both. So I wanted to go over a video real quick about 5 top things that you can do in order to keep warm without turning your heater on. The first thing that you want to do is start with your body, and then anything that is exterior to that, and then anything that is exterior to that, meaning body first, then the surrounding area of your body, and then the environment surrounding you. I hope that that makes sense. So here are 5 products that I use. The first one is going to be heated socks. So this is something that I guess has been familiar to people in Canada for several years. I was not made aware of this until recently when a subscriber reached out to me and told me about them. So I decided to pick up a pair for $25 and they work really great. Now I'm going to show you the example of the ones that I have, and I will leave links in the description box below for everything that I've purchased or anything that is similar. And keep in mind when I go over the prices on here, this is the price that I paid when I purchased them. But as you all know, the prices are going up like crazy, so it's probably going to be more expensive than anything that I say in this video. So these socks I got for $23, and they're these socks that go pretty much all the way up to your knee. And it's different from a normal sock because if you look on the top, there's a pocket right here. And in this pocket, out comes this little cord, okay? And it's attached to the sock. And you have a battery, or 2 batteries, because there's 2 socks. And they're attached to a simple USB cord. And then you just take the batteries out, okay? This one I just turned on by accident. And then you take the battery and you connect it to the sock. And you have 3 options. You've got low, medium, and high. See? So, and then once you have plugged in the battery, you put it into that little pocket in your sock. And then you keep it nice and pulled up. Because it has an elastic top, I haven't had any problems with the sock sagging due to the weight of the battery. I guess if you have really thick thighs, not thighs, shins, really thick shins, that could be a possibility, but I haven't had any problems with it. And I tried this out like probably 20 times now, and I absolutely love it. If the house is about 50 to 55 degrees and I'm walking around in my robe and I've got my slippers, I'll put these bad boys on, turn them on high, and within about 15 minutes, I actually have to turn them down because they become too hot. All right, so that is the first one, and I love them. The second one, I am wearing it. So what this is a heated vest. Now, I sometimes switch between a heated vest and a heated jacket, and you can buy them. Be careful what you buy because some vests come with the battery pack and some come without. But this is your standard battery pack, and there's always a pocket. It might be on the outside, might be on the inside, and it's just like the sock. There's a connected USB port in the pocket. It is connected, all right? And then you just plug it into the battery. You might be able to see it right here. See, there it goes. So you've got 3 different. You've got red, which is hot, white, which is medium, and blue, which is low. And then you just turn on the battery, you turn on your heated vest, and within 10 minutes, you're gonna be hot. Now, every vest is different. Some of them have heating on the back, some have them up here on the breast, and then some of them have them down here in the stomach area, and some have lower back, upper back, chest area, breast area, and the stomach. So It really depends on what you want, like how much heat do you want. And this on high lasts about 4 hours, on low it lasts about 8 hours. I used to use these back when I was working in my original California house. We had company meetings, but the meetings took place in the warehouse at the place that I worked. And I don't know if you guys have ever worked in a warehouse, but those warehouses get down to like 20 degrees and they always made us sit on these metal seats. And I was like, what are you guys thinking? Metal seats, 20-degree warehouse, this is not gonna work. So I ended up getting the vest I had previously was a lot more fancy than this one, but I was wearing the vest whenever we would go out to meetings, and I've had them ever since. So let's go ahead and get on to, now we've done the body part, let's get to the closer surrounding area part. Let me go grab those things. All right, so the next one is very, very old. This is a heating pad. Once it gets hot, it's a lot more flexible than this rigid thing that I end up rolling up. But I have been using one of these since high school age. They're typically used for sports, people who have sports or people who have back problems. You put it on your lower back and it'll get it heated up and sort of loosen up those tight knots that you've got. But this one is a Gillette heat wrap, which I don't think that they even use them anymore. And it's so old that it no longer has the dial. So whenever I use it, I put a penny in there and my penny is my dial. It takes me back to my youth when I had a 1985 Honda Civic hatchback DX and the radio didn't have any knobs. So I had pennies as radio knobs. But this is really great. It's probably the cheapest option that you're gonna have available. And you can wrap it around, oh, it's so nice to wrap around your neck. But they don't have them in plastic anymore. It's usually gonna be a much more comfortable material, and it's gonna be a lot less rigid than this one. So I'll go ahead and leave a link for a nice, nicely priced one in the description box that has a nice cover to it that I think that you guys would really like if that's an option for you. The next one is one of my new favorites. It's a heated electric throw. Now, this one, oh, it's fluffy. It's very, very fluffy. I typically don't like soft, but this one is like super soft and I just have to get used to it. But this one is like super hot. It has a super fast heating action. I think it gets up to 140 degrees, 140 degrees. And it has an option of a timer. So it does 1, 2, 4, 6, and 8 hours, I believe. So if you fall asleep on it and you've got your timer set for an hour or two, it'll turn off automatically and you won't have to worry about, waking up sweating because it really is that hot. But this is a really great, and it's a nice design too. I'm really into grays and whites. I'm not sure if you can tell by the background. Get it? Grays and whites? Okay. So that is number 4, is a throw. And, I think that all of these would make excellent, excellent presents also. So let's go ahead and go to number 5. All right, number 5 is something that I always talk about, and that is my heated mattress pad. So what I do with the heated mattress pad, it is, one thing I like about them is instead of it being a blanket on the top, it's the mattress pad on the bottom and the blankets are on top. And you got to remember, heat rises. So if it's a mattress pad, it's rising up to the blankets instead of it being a blanket and rising above the blankets and heating the air above it. So this one heats more inside the bed as opposed to on top of the bed. So I turn it on about an hour before bedtime, and then I will take the covers and pull them down on one side, and then the dogs know that it's almost time to go to bed. So they'll come up and they'll get in their little ball on the side that, whatever side I pulled the blankets down on, and they'll fall asleep, and then I know I get whatever other side of the bed that they are not on. But this thing works out great, and I have used them for I don't know how many years. And I'm sure that somebody's second cousin's baby sister or uncle burned down their house by having an electric blanket in 1950. But technology is a lot better than it used to be. And personally, I've never heard of anybody burning down their house using an electric blanket, especially if they're using their electric blanket while they're actually in bed, as opposed to turning on the electric blanket and leaving, which you should never do. You should never have any electronics on at your house when you're not there. It's just like burning a candle. But I will go ahead and leave all the links down in the description box below, and you guys can check out the products for yourself, but I highly recommend all of them. If you are looking to save money, keep warm, and not have to turn on your heater to your entire house just because you yourself are cold. All right, folks, that is what I've got for you today. I really hope that this video has helped. If you have any tips and tricks, leave them down in the description box below. And I almost forgot, I have 2 more things. I almost forgot. Oh, my dog nipped me this morning on accident. She got me pretty good. 2 other things. 1, if you have an empty laundry bottle, go ahead and fill that laundry bottle with hot water. And if you're wearing a robe, put it under your robe, wrap it up, and just hug the bottle. Just hug it. And it's going to keep your center nice and warm, and you won't have to hopefully turn on the heat. Another thing that you can do is if you can't afford to heat your hot water or your hot water heater, you can't afford to heat your water heater. One thing you can do, and I know that this place is a mess. This is the before picture. We all know that I'm going through home renovations. If you're cooking in your oven and you're cooking a chicken or you're baking cookies, fill up a pot that has the capabilities that you can use it in an oven. Fill it up with water to get it hot. And then once the water is hot, but not hot enough to burn your skin, disclaimer, use common sense, you can soak your feet in it. And when you're soaking your feet in hot water, it really does warm up your entire body. And since you were using the oven anyway, it's absolutely no additional cost to you. All right, there you go, folks. I hope this video has been helpful. Do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out. What?
When the neighbor's left alone with the police, he's quick to call out